朋友们，这两天美国网友造反了呀！造谁的反呢？造奢侈品牌的反。事情的起因是这些奢侈品牌的中国供应商在 TikTok 上大爆真相。他们告诉美国民众，这些所谓的大牌其实都是由中国代工制造，然后运到这些欧洲国家，法国、意大利，然后他们再贴上标签和包装盒，就可以冒充 Made in France、Made in Italy。然后标上几千几万的溢价卖给全世界。说实话，这样的视频如果在国内的抖音上是毫无波澜的，因为他说的这个事实每个人都知道。可是让我意想不到的是，居然这样的视频在 TikTok 上爆掉了。原来美国人不知道这个人人都知道的秘密。无数的美国民众发视频吐槽，表达对这些奢侈品牌愚弄欺骗大家的愤怒。明明是中国制造，却骗大家是欧洲制造。美国人对中国制造的印象普遍是质量不高，价格不贵。他们一直认为中国制造都是那些低廉的玩具服装，从来就没想过中国制造和那些所谓的原产于欧洲的奢侈品会有什么关系。结果现在中国的供应商捅娄子了，把所有的秘密全都曝光出来，美国人这才恍然大悟，我们都被骗了。中国呢，不是没有好东西，中国的好东西同样美国有的买，只不过他们改头换面卖给了美国人。我们来看一段中国供应商的大爆料。
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and logo installing, something like that. That way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France. You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury. Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have an Hermes bag, and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into made in China, while everything else like leathers, zippers, and hardware remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before? If you do, that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign of those luxury brands for too long. Welcome to the real world. Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans. Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer, and be a real person. Buy a bag from us, from our factory in China. See the real world for yourself.
中国老板的爆料让美国人震惊了，纷纷在 TikTok 上发视频。买不起奢侈品的普通人表达了对于奢侈品牌暴利的震惊，而买得起并且已经买了很多奢侈品的有钱人，比如一个黑人大叔立刻暴跳如雷，自己花了450美金买的 GUCCI 拖鞋，居然中国只要0.45美分，足足差了1000倍。有钱人的确有钱，但是他们并不傻，他们知道奢侈品有品牌溢价，可是他们不知道这个溢价可以差上1000倍，让他们觉得自己就跟个傻子一样。我们来看看他们是怎么说的。
China is finally showing American citizens that all of those Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and other high-end brands that Americans like to buy was actually a scam. It's insanely petty, but it's incredibly effective. For the longest time, I knew these high-end brands was being sold at incredibly high rates. $500 for a Gucci belt, $2,000 for a Lululemon set, $5,000 for a Louis Vuitton bag. Okay. For years, people were just gobbling it up, saying it's like, oh, it's from Italy, it's from France, like you just gotta have one, you know? This entire time, it was actually China who was making these high-end brands, and all America does was just slap a brand logo on it and then sell it to you at exaggerated prices. Because this entire time, you wasn't purchasing for the quality. No, you was purchasing for the logo. Every high-end brand, the Balenciaga, the Nike, the Lululemon, the Gucci, all of these plain and very mediocre fashion styles and trend was all to rip you off. Could have gotten all of these directly from China for only $22. And now to expand on this, China is teaching you exactly how to get it from China directly to your doorstep without no third parties. I love it. I absolutely love how China is not only standing on business, but teaching and sharing the truth to American citizens. As a Black American, I've been rooting for China for a very long time, for over a decade. I am 100% certain that China is going to win this trade war. Absolutely. The only one that's going to be suffering significantly is America. When are Americans in general going to realize that Americans need China? America needs China. China does not need America, and far from it. They have been around for 5,000 years. What in the hell makes you think that they need us? And America has been around, what, roughly 250 years? That is barely 3% of how long China has existed. America's biggest mistake is thinking they can win against China. They're thinking they can actually bully China. When the truth of the matter is, America never had a snowball chance in hell against China. Every scenario of America going against China shows America's downfall. Look, you like what you like, and that's completely understandable. But one thing I will never understand is people blowing off rent money or a down payment on a car for a bag, a pair of pants, or a new pair of shoes that they're just going to throw out within a year.
China just said checkmate. The videos that they are pumping out, giving the manufacturers of all the name brands, the big brands, the expensive brands. We are all about to be Gucci'd up, Vuitton'd up, Chanel'd up. You can keep your Lululemon. I like my Old Navy leggings better. But this is insane. This may be the last extension we get on this app because all the secrets are flowing. They said, you want to put tariffs on us? Okay, go ahead and release the secrets. This is the best content on here. It's probably the most primo content. I swear every other video is somebody releasing new secrets of this Chinese manufacturer of our iconic items here that we're literally just paying thousands and thousands just for the name, not for the actual item. This is phenomenal because I'm finally going to be living large on pennies. What tariffs? God, I love TikTok and I love what they spill for us. They're just, they've got our back. We need China. We need China. They don't need us, but they're helping us. It's a good day. Weren't they supposed to be using our information against us? No, nope. Looks like they're working with us. I love China.
Have y'all seen the TikToks that China is putting out about all the secrets on how luxury items are made? And they're just slapping the names on it. Y'all, if you have not seen the TikToks that China is putting out about the things that are being manufactured in China and brought over to the United States of America, you should go and check it out. You should go and check it out. Trump, you should have left them alone. You should have left them the fuck alone. This is the fuck around and find out stage. They are through and they are spilling all the beans. Oh my God. Chanel handbags. Chanel handbags. Cosmetics. Skims. Y'all are done. Done.
One more secret that I feel like every single American needs to know. So you know the stereotype that things from China are cheap and low quality? That was actually never true. China has always had, for decades now, the most advanced manufacturing facilities in the entire world. So where did this come from? It came from the fact that there's a whole bunch of middlemen in America, billionaires, FBA bros, everyone that would just go to China and purposely try to get the lowest quality, cheapest, shittiest product they could ever fucking find, and then come over and sell it at a premium price. And that's why we have this idea that all things made in China are cheap and shitty. Like in China, you can go over and buy a pair of shoes for like $1, and that's gonna be the equivalent of like the cheap Chinese shoes that they sell over here for $20 or $30. But in reality, like they actually have a pair that's they sell for $12, that's like supreme quality that is like nothing we have over here. They just don't want to import that pair because then that takes up too much of their money. Like this whole time, China has been making good shit. It's just like we didn't know that because of propaganda and they want to scam us.
To all the Chinese factories on here absolutely causing chaos in response to the Orange Man's tariffs and attempts at a trade war. But you can't convince me that this wasn't a coordinated attack, that they're not on some sort of group chat. And let's be honest, it would be a WhatsApp chat if it was. And they've all woken up this morning and chose violence together. And this is one of the best things I've seen come out of, you know, TikTok and social media for so long, because it's a beautiful response to hit them where it hurts in regards to the trade war Trump is attempting to create. I mean, what did they think was going to happen? I'm absolutely not a materialistic person in any way, and conceptually the idea of purchasing a product like a handbag for the same price of what could be a house deposit in Australia is insane to me. But I'm also not upset with the knowledge that I do have now that if I do decide to buy a bag like a Birkin, I could buy one directly from the factory that creates Birkins at a price of $1,000 instead of the $40,000 US retail price tag that they have there, and the only difference is the logo. I mean, that's good to know. Also, apparently we're paying way too much for laundry pods, because now I can just go purchase them for 5 cents from another factory apparently in China too. The best thing I saw was one Chinese factory making fun of JD's eyeliner and explaining how more expensive it'll be now with the tariffs. That was fucking gold. Anyway, the factory's response is chef's kiss, no notes, absolutely here for it. On a deeper level, there are absolutely companies and brands in America that support the administration and what they're doing, and a way to fight back is to fight back where it hurts, which is in their fucking pockets. So if you can go directly to a factory to purchase a product you would normally purchase from them, I don't see why that's a bad idea.
Maybe I love the tariffs. Okay, because China is using it to take down the US luxury goods industry, and I'm cheering them on. If you're not already on manufacturer talk, you need to get there, because all the factories in China that make all of our luxury goods are like, all right, fine, we're just gonna start selling direct to consumer. Instead of us taking the tariffs, they're taking the profit from the companies. And now you could get customized Birkenstocks for $10 fucking, any style. Lululemon, $5 to $10. It'll be missing the label. It'll have all the same fucking materials and construction. So I hope that this ends the fucking consumerism and materialism that we've started to see in the young people, because you're gonna look pretty stupid walking around with something you paid $500 for when everyone around you has the exact same thing and they paid $10 for it. Like, does that label make you better, or does it make you a fucking sucker when it's the only difference? Good job, Trump.
China! I did not know Chinese people could be this petty. I see Chinese people and I'm like, they're very cutesy, they're very demure, they're very mindful. But Uncle Trump, you have pressed the wrong button. I don't know what you have done. I don't know what's going on, okay? So this is a novice ass. I have no idea. This is me watching from TikTok. But I don't know what's going on at the moment. But one thing for sure, I am loving the way Chinese people are being petty. I did not know you guys could be this petty. No, I don't know if you guys have stumbled across China FYP or Chinese FYP, this war going on between China and America at the moment. I am loving it. I'm loving the way they're spilling all the beans. They literally, Chinese people are spilling a lot. Don't come for my British ass. Actually, I'm not British, I'm Nigerian. Don't come for my Nigerian ass. I am just a resident in the UK. But I promise you, when it comes to this case, I'm Nigerian. Don't come to England though. Please don't, because we're not that strong. We are not that strong in England. We are not. We don't fight. We're very polite. We're very kind. We're very cutesy. We're very mindful. We don't fight. Like, we just go, you're right, Alan. Hi, like, we are very mindful here. Don't come for us, please. But I am loving all the pettiness. I did not know Chinese people have... Guys, have you come across all these videos? They are spilling everything. China 0. America -0.0000000. Because I'm loving it. I'm here for it. I'm loving it. I'm loving